Hi, and welcome to this week's Truman Tech Break on Screencast-O-Matic, a screencast recording software which will capture whatever is on your computer screen. And I've had several people come up to me and ask me, what is it that I've been using to capture these Truman Tech Breaks? And the answer is Screencast-O-Matic. So let's take a look at that and what are some of the tools that are available to you in Screencast-O-Matic and how you might use it here at Truman. So before I do that, let's take a look at where you would go to pull up Screencast-O-Matic. You would go to screencast-o-matic.com, and before we actually do a recording or I show you how to record, let's take a look at some of the tools that are available to you in Screencast-O-Matic. There are two different types of accounts available. There is a free version and a pro version, and here you can see the differences between the two. Now I have a pro version, and that allows me to do additional things like edit, as well as draw and zoom on recordings. And I find that to be particularly helpful, especially when I'm explaining a topic. So I think it's up to you on how you might use it. Of course, also recording time. It might make a difference to you as well. But there is a free version available to you if you're just doing really quick things that you need to be able to publish quickly. The pro version is only $15 a year, so you may need to think about which type of account might work best for you. So let's take a look at how to record. So first, know that Screencast-O-Matic is a cloud-based application. You don't have to download anything directly to your computer in order to use it. Although, if you look here at Screencast-O-Matic, you can download the application and install it directly on your computer if you choose to do so. The nice thing about that is if it's an application that you use frequently like I do, then it lives directly on my machine and I'm able to access it a little bit quicker than if I just have to go to the internet every time. But the nice thing is if I'm traveling across campus and say attending a staff meeting or doing a workshop with some students, I can go into any teaching console or use my laptop across campus and be able to pull up the cloud-based version and still access my Screencast-O-Matic and use the cloud-based version. So it's a very versatile tool. Let's take a look though right now, even without an account. If you're a new person that hasn't used Screencast-O-Matic before, you can create an account, but you don't have to. So if I want to, I can just click Start Recording, and then I have an option here. Note here before we get started, if I just click on Record Screencast, I'm using their brand new version 2 recorder, which is still in beta testing. So for now, I'm going to choose their version 1 recorder, and let's pull that up instead. So that's going to pull up, and I'll show you that because that's the one that most people still currently use. And this gives you their recording window. And the nice thing about this recording window is I can then move it around and I can size it to whatever I want to record. So if my window is a little bit bigger, I can move it and I can size it. And from here then, I have a couple of options. I can make sure which microphone I want to use to capture. So if I want this to be picking up the microphone directly on my machine, or maybe I want it to pick up a microphone that is on a webcam, I can do that as well. So I'll just leave it on this machine for now. And then if I had a webcam that I wanted it to pick up, I could do that as well. But you don't have to pick up your webcam. So if you are uncomfortable being videotaped, you can always make sure that your camera is off. But you do have that option if you want it. So now if I'm ready to record, let's say I've sized this window the way I want it, then I simply click on the red button and start my recording. It will count it down, and now I'm recording. So now if I move my mouse around, just like on these Truman Tech Breaks, it's moving and showing you the little circle where my mouse is and moving. If I need to pause for any reason in the middle, I can click the pause button, and it has paused my video. If I want to keep going, I just click the record button again, and it counts me back in. Whenever I'm finished and I'm done with my recording, I click the Done button, and it has now finished my recording. And so now I have a couple of options here. It asks me, what do I want to do with this recording? Do I want to publish it to the cloud to Screencast-O-Matic? I can publish it to a YouTube account if I have one, or I can publish it directly to my computer if I would like. Or if I really don't want to save it, I can say I'm done with this recording and it will delete it. So I have 3 different versions in the free in which I can save it. In the Pro version, you have several other options as well. You can publish to Vimeo. You can publish to your Google Drive, which with our Google Drive now, with education, we have unlimited storage, which is nice sometimes with video files because they can be rather large. So keep that in mind as well. There are a few more options that you can do. The other thing with the Pro Tools, keep in mind, there are some editing capabilities which are nice to be able to do. So hopefully this at least gives you some early information to kind of get you in tune with what Screencast-O-Matic might be capable of and make you think about ways in which you might use it, maybe to create a small lecturette for a class that you could then publish to YouTube perhaps and upload into your Blackboard course, or if you're using it maybe to explain to another staff member or to a student. Maybe somebody has called you and said, I don't know how to use, I don't know, a particular feature in Banner, or an application that you use in your office on campus, and it's hard to explain over the phone. You could then step them through this using Screencast-O-Matic and then publish the file to YouTube and send them the link to how to do that. I also find that one of the ways that I use Screencast-O-Matic to be particularly helpful, because then people can watch the steps over and over. So I hope you have found this brief introduction to Screencast-O-Matic helpful, and I look forward to seeing you in the future in future Truman Tech Breaks.